Chicagoans really have been suffering for many decades. Chicago has a long history of segregation based on race, and we need to be really honest of the legacy of racism and the impacts it's had in Chicago here for many years.
Chicago has deep, deep roots around community organizing. This is a city where people come together to tackle big problems, to address big issues.
We have trained at this point over 100 racial healing circle practitioners.
We know that many of the solutions are not silo solutions. They require people from government, the business community, the nonprofit community, and neighborhood people coming together.
There really needs to be a broadening of who's in the circle. We hope that they bring the circle to their board or to their staff.
One of the special things about the University of Chicago is that it is on the south side of Chicago. And when we started our Level 1 Adult Trauma Center, we became the busiest trauma center in the city of Chicago. We've been trying to institute trauma-informed care as well as compassion, fatigue, resilience for our team members. Several physicians, executive leaders, and frontline staff participate in racial healing circles. It gave them the opportunity to sort of build relationships across their differences, whether that has to do with their demographics or where they are in the organization, clinical versus non-clinical team members, or executive leaders versus frontline. Trauma happens to all of us in many different ways, right? It could be a family member who was recently diagnosed with a chronic illness. In addition to the stress that can come along with just having to live through injustice.
Those wounds are not just wounds that happened in the past, but they are wounds that keep on affecting people of color on a day-to-day basis.
Depending on where you live in Chicago and depending on your race, there's up to a 20-year gap in your life expectancy.
The Truth, Racial Healing, and Transformation of Chicago was just another way to heal some of the damaged relationships between the community, the university, and the hospital. We don't always recognize when we are exhibiting symptoms that may require healing, right? That's why doctors themselves have to have doctors. They can't treat themselves. One of the things that happens within a racial healing circle, you give people the opportunity to tell their stories so that I can see a person as a person and not necessarily as a file.
I actually believe that we can do it because we are beautiful, resilient people, that we can do the hard work that it's going to take and still find a way and do what Chicago has done historically.